Hi people, it's me again, of course, as always, Andrew as usual, Moino Ravenberg. Yeah, I'm going to be covering, as you can tell, as always, Andrew as usual, based on the header, another Arbatelian spirit, or a spirit from the Arbatel grimoire called Ophiel. That's spelled Ophiel. So yeah, let's dive right in. Let me just read from it the way I've done with covering Arbatelian spirits. Ophiel is the governor of such things as are attributed to Mercury. His character is this, and you can see a seal in the thumbnail of this video. His spirits are 100,000 legions. He easily giveth familiar spirits. He teacheth all arts. And he that is dignified with his character, he maketh him to be able in a moment to convert quicksilver into the philosopher's stone. And yeah, okay. Now let me start off with Ophiel's appearance first. Ophiel appears as a man with a headdress essentially covering his hair, or part of his head, like the top of his head. Kind of like a do-rag, I want to say, in a manner of speaking. But again, just plain headdress. And he's sitting in a chair, and he has like a tiny dog with him, like a poodle, that just barks and runs around randomly, in a manner of speaking. And yeah, the attributes are correct in the sense that he is mercurial. He corresponds and aligns with the zodiac sign Virgo, but he also has Venusian influences, but the former is still more prevalent than the latter, or metaphorically or hypothetically dominant. So the initial description is correct, or the header is correct, or the initial paragraph or sentence, whatever. Also, another thing I noticed, similar to Fool, which I covered yesterday, another spirit from the Arbatel, or which I covered like a couple of hours ago. In any case, similar to that spirit, Ophiel is of a similar nature in the sense that he is not a conventional contextual authoritarian spirit that has subservient spirits. He himself is a subservient spirit, in a manner of speaking, despite the fact that he obviously has subservient spirits. He has familiars, but he is, similar to Fool, more of an individualistic entity rather than a metaphorical ruler. Also something I noticed, unsurprisingly, it's still Wednesday for me. It's the last hour of Mercury. Mercury is at its strongest. And I could sense that. That's why my senses told me to wait for like a 15 minutes to half an hour before I started recording this video. Now, let me see. Description. Where are you? He teacheth all arts. No, he doesn't teach all arts. It's correct, but partially. He doesn't teach all arts. He specializes specifically in art forms involving literature and music. So, ideally both. Think of any art form where the two aforementioned come into play. For example, playing the piano, because with playing the piano you need to write musical notes and you need to play. So that's an example. And Ophiel specifically, because some people would wonder that Venus conventionally rules art forms such as anything, painting, writing, anything, which is correct, but that's why I said he also has a Venusian influence, but the mercurial influence is still stronger than the Venusian influence. And that's also why he covers specific art forms. He doesn't cover all art forms. You're welcome to ask him or petition him for such if you want to become a painter or a musician, but I'm just giving it to you straight. He specializes specifically in the two aforementioned. You want to play the piano, you want to start writing novels or similar, yeah, go right ahead. Hold on, let me double check something. Let me double check. And let me see. 9. Yeah, no, and that's also why he covers those things as a specialty. The benefit is obviously based on Virgo's properties, or Virgo's properties. He is a perfectionist in terms of teaching you these art forms. Like if you really want to hit a home run in this in that regard or aspect. So in these aforementioned fields, or in any art form that is favored by him, then you'll definitely do marvelously well for yourself. So essentially, the Venusian side is restrained by the Mercurial side within this context. That's why he doesn't cover just all art forms. No, he covers certain art forms that will really make it so that you excel. Sorry, that you excel and or ascend. And let me see if there was anything else to mention regarding him. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh yeah, another thing. That's the last comment that I have. Ophiel as well. When I interacted with him, I could see the Mercurial and the Venusian attributes. Uh, Typical Mercurialness. A lot of thought-based energy, like floating around him in a manner of speaking. I also saw the familiars, and I also saw that some of them are like familiars and their associates, so to speak, are also Venusian in nature. Slightly, some of them have Venusian properties, so yeah, quite similar. Last but not least, he. Last but not least, oh yeah, the way you perceive Ophiel. Honestly, this is a general, but it applies especially to Ophiel. The way you perceive Ophiel is reliant on the operator's skill. So how skilled and how talented and how strong you are as a magician will automatically make it so that you can experience, you get the full experience regarding Ophiel. Anything below that automatically will make it so that you'll be restricted. Again, this is the case for any kind of magical technique in general, but it applies especially, or it's emphasized with Ophiel. And you need to bond with Ophiel. Like, you really need to like get to know Ophiel and connect with Ophiel spiritually, to the point where you two, bluntly put or cheesily put, become buddies, and that will lead to better results. Again, this also applies to spirit work in general, but or any kind of esoteric technique and whatnot in general. But again, emphasis is laid on Ophiel with the aforementioned statement. That is all. Bye bye.